Good morning. Welcome to Village in Motion. Today is Tuesday, May 15th, 2018, and it's time for an update with Garden Ridge. And you're not George Rollis, I can tell.
I'm definitely not George Rollis.
You're Emily Apyan.
Correct.
The manager of assisted living at Garden Ridge.
Yes,
Welcome.
ma'am. Thank you for having me.
And you have lots of news for us this
I
morning.
do. A lot going on at Garden Ridge right now, so I'm here to share some of that with everyone and sort of update on what's going on with repositioning as well.
Terrific. Let's get started.
All right.
What's happening today?
So today we have a lot of the men, including George Rollis.
That's why George isn't here. George is out partying today.
Are going, I don't want to go that far, are going to Buffalo Wild Wings, so they're going out as a men's group to have a good time together, bond, etc. And then they need to hurry up and get back because this evening is casino night.
Casino night. What happens with casino night?
So tonight for casino night, we're going to have blackjack, roulette, poker. There will be an Elvis impersonator.
Oh my!
It's really well done. The programming team is amazing. The whole place is just going to be decorated, the whole 9 yards. So
now, does everyone go to one place in Garden Ridge for that?
Yes. So it's in the meeting room, the main meeting room on the first floor, right when you come in.
Mm-hmm.
So you can't miss it. It will be a definite thing to see this evening. So
that
if you're
will be
in the
an
neighborhood,
event.
Stop by for the event.
That's great.
Absolutely.
Sounds like fun.
It will be.
Good.
Can't wait. That's tonight at 6:30.
Tonight at 6:30.
Yes. And the rest of the week equally, we have a lot going on. So that's today. Tomorrow we have the Story of Dance, which is tomorrow evening at 6:30.
And what is the Story of Dance?
The Story of Dance is going to be a bunch of different types of dancing that will take place in the meeting room. So we have a bunch of different groups that will be coming to do Bolivian dancing, all sorts of different types of traditional dance for the residents to be able to watch. We've done it in the past. It's been really phenomenal. Residents really enjoy it. The costumes, the music, getting to experience that culture live. They really like it.
So any of the residents who wish may come down.
Absolutely.
And those who need a little help, some of the volunteers or some of the helpers will bring them down there to the meeting room to watch.
Yes, so our staff, the CNAs, CMAs, nurses will be available to come to assist the residents to get down and of course get back up to their rooms.
Okay.
So everyone's encouraged to come and participate if they're interested.
That's good.
Absolutely.
Nice evening for them.
Yes. So that'll be tomorrow evening. And then Thursday we have a really interesting video that's been put together by our programming staff talking about a salute to Americana, so the Americana salute. So talking with residents and them really being able to share their stories about what it is like, what it has been like for them. It's very powerful. I am personally really looking forward to being able to see that and know more about our residents, because even when we work with them every day or see them, sometimes we don't know those stories.
Right.
And it'll be a great opportunity.
So they are telling the stories, or they're videotaped, or tell us more about that.
So residents, families, and staff are going to talk about their own journey towards the American dream, what that was for them. It's going to be a video, and there will be a sing-along as well.
Oh, that sounds wonderful.
So, yep.
We have some wonderful histories here at Green Spring.
We do.
All throughout Green Spring, both independent living and Garden Ridge, and I applaud you for videoing these because that's a wonderful piece of history.
It is a piece of history we'll be able to share with the families for years to come.
Yes.
For our residents and for everyone. So it'll be
terrific.
great.
I'm excited you'll be able to hear it.
Yes.
It gives you new insight into the people that you deal with every day.
Absolutely.
Wonderful.
And then we're going to close the week on Friday with the Family Fun Carnival. So we'll have a carnival depending on the weather. It may be outside. We'd like to have it outside if at all possible. It will be from 2 to 4 p.m. this coming Friday. Outside, we'll have all kinds of games and entertainment and all of that. If we cannot do it outside due to weather, then it will be inside in the meeting room, and we'll make it work just like all the other events that we've had this week in the meeting room. But that will be this Friday.
Now, Emily, you have done this week because this has been kind of a special week.
It is. Last week was National Nurses Week, and this week is now National Skilled Nursing Care Week.
National Skilled Nursing Care Week.
Yes, that's correct.
Okay, and I know there is also a National Assisted Living Week, I believe.
There is.
There are several kinds of weeks.
There are several kinds of weeks. But we honored the nurses last week, had a lot of different events for them to show our appreciation for all the hard work that they do, as well as the nursing assistants, not just the nurses.
So a couple of questions. One is that the comments, you list a lot of very special activities this week, but if one were to, and you can do this to go on the Village Bridge or just to walk over into Garden Ridge and look at one of your schedules that are up, posted all around, there are a lot of activities at Garden Ridge every week.
Every week, every day.
These are kind of super special ones this week, but it's not as if people are sitting in their rooms with their hands folded every day.
No, definitely
there are many
not.
activities all day, every day.
There are. Our programming team, again, Renee Budd runs the programming team in Garden Ridge, phenomenal. And they put together a monthly calendar for both assisted living and for skilled nursing. And if you're in assisted living, you can absolutely participate in the skilled nursing activities and vice versa. But they put together a program every month. The calendar comes out the very beginning of the month. And each day there are activities, a variety of activities. I mean, everybody has different interests, different preferences. We have bingo, we have religious study groups, we have different types of services, etc. We have sort of games for cognition, all kinds of different activities every day. And so I would encourage you, whether you live in Garden Ridge or in independent living, take a peek, ask for a copy of the calendar so you know what types of things we offer.
And for those who can, there are trips away from
Absolutely.
From Garden Ridge, away from the campus, just as there are for independent living.
Yes, even our residents up in memory care, so on EV3, they have the opportunity to also go off campus, whether it's off for a meal. I believe it was in March, some of our residents went to the cherry blossom. So a lot of our memory care residents got on the bus, got to go right around, see the cherry blossoms, which were thankfully this year beautiful. But yes, we try to get our residents out to go to different activities so that they're part of the greater community and have the opportunity to go out.
So many people, I think so many people in independent living and people period tend to think, oh, excuse me, Garden Ridge, I don't want to go to that place and that place, it's over there and it's a horrible place. And it's not. This is not your mother's long-term care facility or your grandmother's long-term care facility. It's a very different world today.
It is. It's a very vibrant community, again, with a lot of activities and a lot of things going on. We have our own activities calendar. A lot of our residents that live in assisted living or up in skilled nursing, they still come over to independent living for activities that they want to go to. Or they may come over here for meals or to visit with friends. So just because you live over there,
don't let that bridge doesn't have a gate on it that's locked.
There's no reason why you can't come visit us over in Garden Ridge and why we can't come visit you here.
And while we're saying that, let's give a commercial there for the number of volunteers that you would like to have.
Absolutely. We love having volunteers. Anytime anyone in independent living is willing and able to come over and work with us, please get in touch with Kelly, and she'd be happy to set up some time for you, let you know what types of opportunities we have, but also what are your gifts and talents. What types of things are you really an expert at that you could share with us? Because we all have our own gifts and talents.
Yes.
And being able to share that with our residents and our colleagues and the
You
staff.
and I were talking before we went on that my mother lived in assisted living for many years, and one thing that she did until she was almost 100, she played the piano, and she lived in assisted living, so she would play the piano for her residents, and once a week she would go next door to skilled nursing and play the piano for them, and they loved it. And she wasn't wonderful at that point, but they loved hearing it.
They enjoyed it, right. And we have some staff that play the piano. We have one particular nursing aide who is an excellent pianist, and he'll play for the residents sometimes, and they just love it.
That's wonderful.
So being able to share those gifts and talents, whatever yours might be, anyone that wants to volunteer, we would love to have you come over and share that with our residents.
You mentioned that that last week was Nurses Week, and I'm a little confused.
Okay.
That when I learned about nurses, there were registered nurses and there were practical nurses.
Right.
And now there are lots of other terms. Can you explain to us what some of those are and what we have now?
So I'm not a nurse, but I'll give you my best shot at explaining it, how I understand it.
Okay.
We have what we call registered nurses.
Okay.
Okay, and they may have their bachelor's in science and nursing or their master's in nursing, but they are registered nurses.
Okay.
And then we have what we call a licensed practical nurse, or an LPN.
That's an LPN.
Yes.
Okay.
So you'll see on our ID badges that the staff wears, it will have their identification there. I mean, if you want to know and you're not sure, ask. You know, are you an RN? Are you an LPN?
Okay.
They'll be happy to share that information with you. So those are the two different types of nurses.
Okay.
In addition to nurses, we have what we call CNAs, or certified nursing assistants.
Okay.
As well as certified medication aides that can pass medications and also provide hands-on care.
Okay.
So depending on what level of care, depends
4
on
different
the staffing.
levels. Okay. Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
We have like 1 minute left.
1 minute.
Can you give us a real quick update on how the repositioning is working?
So our repositioning, or the giant construction project that you see going on at Garden Ridge, where we are with that. Right now, we are projecting for the construction of Dogwood Commons to be complete in June.
All right.
So we're anticipating that. Then we have to wait for our occupancy permit through Fairfax County. So right now, we're anticipating the first wave of our residents to be moving into Dogwood Commons in September of this year. So we're, mid-May, we're looking at a couple of months of having some of our residents transition to Dogwood Commons.
Now, when some of those transition, then there will be some work done on some of the rooms that they move out of, correct?
So the repositioning project is in multiple phases. And so right now, the main big building that's being built will be complete, but then the construction is going to start in the existing rooms. So our residents that are moving out, then their rooms will be renovated and there will be some changes.
So still some ongoing work.
Yes, there will be some ongoing work through, I believe, 2020. So it's a long project.
Okay, but things are happening.
Yes,
Good.
Things are changing, but everything is going well. Looking forward to a bright future at Garden Ridge.
Sounds good. Emily, thanks so much for joining us today,
Thank
and
you
thanks for
having
all
me.
the information.
Absolutely, anytime.
And we'll be back in a moment.